and talent show. Yeah.
And it's 34, shall we, friends?
Let's do yoga things.
I'm
I'm
gonna try this
gonna take the mat up now.
one. Ugh. All right, I'll count us down. I'll wait till Megan is back on her mat. And apologies in advance if I seem tired. I'm tired today. One of my cousins was in town, and I didn't drive her to the airport at like 11:30, so way past my bedtime. At any rate, in three, two, and one, we can hit start. Look at that, even connected to power. Thanks, trainer. Anywho, let's sit up nice and tall. Straighten your spine, find a comfortable sitting position, whatever that is for you. And we're just gonna start by breathing. So let's breathe into the nose and let your shoulders rise, sit up nice and tall or even taller. And then as you breathe out, relax your whole body. Nice, long, controlled breath. Okay, once again, breathe in, expand the chest. And as you breathe out here, feel free to close your eyes if you haven't already. And then last breath we'll take together. So let's breathe in. Okay, maybe hold it at the top. And then release, settle in, sink down into your mat. Nice. So find where your breath feels the strongest for you. Okay, for me, it's usually where the air touches my nostrils. It can be where your air exits your lips. It can be your chest or your belly. Feel free to use a sound around you, even the hum of your fridge or your air purifier. But I want you to pay attention to where it feels strongest for you or wherever your home base is. Just focus in on that. Okay. Then I'm going to periodically play a singing bowl. You can keep your eyes closed, just continue to breathe. And every time you hear the singing bowl, see where you are and just come back to your breath or your whatever you chose for your home base. All right, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to feel pretty calm, pretty chill. Ugh, ready to stretch. But for this last little bit, just focus on nothing at all. Just let it all go. Just be. All right. So let's begin to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes. Let's reopen our eyes, readjust the light. Ooh, it's right about 5 minutes. I love it when I time it just right. Feel so lucky. Anywho, let's start with a sitting spine stretch, but for today, let's lengthen our legs. Let's do the version where we put our right foot over our left. Let's turn clockwise and wrap our left arm around our right knee. You can plant your right palm behind you. Just turn the chin into the right shoulder on this side. I can feel this in my right glute. Okay, let's come back to center and swap legs. Ooh. I love that it's barely 6:40 and there's already light outside. Eventually we'll start in the light. Can't wait. All right, and then we'll come back to center. And then we'll do our cobbler pose. So bring the soles of your feet together in front of you, and then bring your heels in towards your soft tissue with the knees drop down, and just lean forward like a hinge. Let those inner thighs talk to you, whether they're being mean or being nice. And then reach those fingertips on the ground and slide your hands forward, letting the knees drop, rounding out your back. Okay. And we'll sit on up and then we'll return to our my inner thighs. Return to a cross-legged position. We'll get our sides. So let's raise the arms and look up. I'm gonna start my right. Okay. Right palm is planted. Left arm is reaching overhead, or rather over your body, towards the right-hand side of the room. Okay, and remember to straighten the arm. So if you have a kink in the elbow, straighten up the arm, and then continue to reach. If you can come down to your elbow, that's great. If not, that's also great. Do one last reach. And as you breathe out, bring the right arm back up top. And let's get our other side. As you continue to breathe out, give me a little extra reach. Reach out breath. And then on this next exhale, let's bring the left arm back up. And bring the hands back together, and then we'll stand up. We'll get our hamstrings. Ooh, ooh, creaky today. All right, so just find a nice wide stance, lengthwise with your mat. And bring the arms up like before. And let's swan dive forward. Okay, control it all the way down. Oh my goodness. All right, on this first section, let's fold our arms and rest your forehead on your forearms. And we're just gonna rock side to side. And if you want to, and you notice one side feels a little bit tighter, you can even just stay on that side. So play around with that for a second. Or if both sides feel equally tight, just go side to side in even cadence. Right. Let's do the hands behind the back version. So clasp the fingertips behind your back and then raise your fingers towards the ceiling or towards the front of the room. Adding in some shoulders. Oof. Let's take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, let's release the hands. And let's plant the right palm on the floor right in front of your face. Let's rotate the left arm up, opening up your chest and the left shoulder. Okay, imagine that your arms are a vertical line. Just like before, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you release, let's bring the left arm back down. Let's swap sides. So the left palm is planted, and then the right fingertips are reaching for the ceiling. Opening up the right shoulder. Okay, turn the chin up towards the ceiling as well. And then give me one last reach with that right arm. And as you breathe out, we're going to bring that right arm back down. Okay, letting the arms and head dangle. We're going to slowly straighten up the top half of our body. I'll count out to 10. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Ooh. All right, I'm going to stay in this stance. You don't have to. I think my hamstrings need it. We're going to do a chicken wing on the right side. So grab the left wrist behind the back and drop the head down towards the right. Ooh. And then let's start on this side by rolling the head back, looking up, and noticing how that stretch changes. And let's roll it forward. Let's do 3 cycles. So roll it back. Okay, let's come back forward as we look down. And then one more time, gently rolling the head towards the back, turning the chin up. And let's bring the head forward. Nice. And let's straighten up our head. Let's swap sides with the chicken wing. So grabbing the right wrist behind our back, dropping the head over to the left. And let's repeat those 3 cycles. So turning the head forward. And then turning back, looking up, turning the chin up towards your ceiling. And then roll it forward. Oof. Getting all those tight spots. Okay. And then back. That's 2. And then we're going to get one more cycle here. And then roll forward for the last time. All right. And then back to complete the cycle. Nice. All right. You can bring the head back to center, release the arms. Let's get a shoulder stretch. Okay, so right arm across the top of your chest. You can either T-lock or rest your palm across your right shoulder. And then just continue to give it a pull. All right, and then switch sides. Cool. And then let's get our triceps. So let's do the right arm behind the head. Pulling on the right elbow. Get the other side. All right. And then let's stand up nice and tall. Let's get a standing side stretch. Okay, so let's stand up nice and tall, like I said, and then let's bring the arms up top. Give me a little reach here with those arms and fingertips. Get the shoulders out of their sockets, kind of. And then I'm going to start on my left side. So dropping the left hand down, kicking out the right hip, and turning the chin up towards the ceiling. And as you breathe, like always, with each exhale, reach a little bit further. Let that stretch go all the way down your side, to your hip, or up to your fingertips, however you want to think about it. And then bring the left arm back up to the top. Let's get our other side. So dropping the right hand down. Left arm is reaching up towards the ceiling, or up towards the right hand corner of the room. That hip is feeling nice and happy, but not so happy depending on the day. And then as you breathe out here, let's bring that right arm back up to the top. And then bring the hands back to center. And we'll get one for the lower half. So let's do Malasana. So find a nice medium stance, whatever that means for you. You can do the support hand version or the hands at center version, and just lower yourself down towards the earth or towards your mat. Boom, 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 boom. It's interesting to get someone's profile view. Haven't seen that before. Maybe that's how I look too. It's probably how I look, but that's okay. And if you want, you can rock side to side or get those elbows into the knees. Get a little more out of it. And let's take 2 deep breaths here. So let's breathe in. And as you release, you can get a little bit lower, maybe a little bit wider. Ooh, hello. Ugh. And then one last one before we get out of it. So let's breathe in. And then you can put your hands on your legs, support yourself coming out. Ooh. And then let's get one more hamstring stretch before we start our moving options. I'm going to start with my left leg out in front. Right, left toes are facing forward. Let's bring the arms up top. And then swan dive over the straight left leg. I think I'm using my block today. Let's drive the right hip towards the front ankle. Okay, keep that front leg straight. Don't bend at the knee. See how close you can get your nose to your knee. Letting the left hamstring take over. All right, let's bend the front knee and come on up and switch legs. Let's get that right hamstring going. So arms are up top, and then exhaling as we come down, 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 down. Okay, same exact thing. See if you can keep that leg straight. If that means you have to come up a little bit, that's okay. But we're driving the left hip towards the front ankle. Okay, give me one last exhale. See if
See how deep you can get into that stretch. And let's bend the front knee. Come on up. And then we'll start our moving option. So come towards the front of your mat, feet and legs together. Let's stand up nice and tall like a mountain. And bring the arms up top. And swan dive forward and down, reaching for the ground or reaching for the toes. And then coming up to flat back, let's rest our hands on our knees. And as you exhale, round out your back, and let's plant both hands on the mat and step back to plank. And then chaturanga down into upward dog. Okay, come back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. On our way to our first downward dog of the day. Okay, and as usual, we're going to focus on the calves here. So push the floor away and then bend the left knee and drive the right heel down to the mat. Okay, push, 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 push. And let's bicycle the legs. Let's swap sides, bend the right knee. Back to the right side. And really feeling that stretch go all the way down. Calf. And let's get the left side one last time. All right. Let's straighten both legs. We're going to go to crescent pose. So bring the feet together behind you. We're going to start on the left. So let's float the left leg into the air or left heel. And then swing the left leg forward and plant it in front of you. And then bring the arms up. Okay, shoulders are square. Drive that back heel down the mat. Front knee is tracking over the front ankle. You might feel that in your right hip. Rather, I feel that in my right hip, I should say. All right. And let's come in, bring the hands to heart center. We're going to do prayer twist on the left. So stack the hands, press the right elbow into the left knee. Very nice. All right. And then we're going to come back into crescent pose. So give me a nice reach up toward your ceiling. And as you exhale, let's bring the arms and torso back down, plant the palms, bring that left leg back to plank. We're going to chaturanga down into our upward dog. Back to plank. Give me a push up here. Back into down dog. And then let's hit the other side. So feet together. Let's raise the right leg up into the air. And swing it on through. Nice. And come to crescent pose on the right. Okay, just like before, drive that back heel down to the mat. The front knee is tracking over the front ankle. Then we're reaching up towards the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, let's bring the hands to heart center and come to prayer twist on the right. What are we praying for today? Let's pray that we all have animals like Megan, or a number of animals. I actually purposely lock my cats out, otherwise they're all over me. Can't have that much fun during yoga. Anywho, let's come back to crescent pose. So arms are reaching up. That's enough chit chat, Joseph. And then let's exhale, bring the arms back down to the mat. Let's plant both palms. Bring that right leg back to plank. And as you exhale, come down to chaturanga, to upward dog. Okay, back to plank. Give me a push up if you like. Into down dog. And then let's do our warrior sequence. So feet and legs back together. Before we swing the leg up, we're gonna do the nose to knee variation. Let's do it 2 times. So raise the left foot up into the air. And see how close you can get your knee to your nose. That's 1. And then back up top. Okay, knee to nose number 2. Barely touched. Okay, back up for a 3rd time. And then let's swing it on through and plant it in front of us. As your arms come up, your back heel comes down. I always like to throw in that variation every once in a while. Anyhow, we're in Warrior 1. Back heel is down. And let's go arms front and back for Warrior 2. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. So that left arm is reaching over our head and behind us. Try not to put too much weight on the back leg. Okay, come back to warrior 2. Let's do a twisting triangle pose this week. So put your left hand on your lower back. Reach forward with your right arm. We can't reach anymore. Drop your right hand down to the mat. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. We're doing a nice twisting triangle pose. Okay, see if you can turn your chin up towards the ceiling. That right hand is pressing into the floor. Maybe your right fingertips are barely touching the floor. That works too. And then we're going to return to warrior 2. So arms front and back. Let's dip into reverse warrior. And then back to warrior 2. And let's swing that arm forward and up for warrior 1. And as you breathe out, bring the torso back down, plant both palms, bring that left leg back to plank, and let's chaturanga down to our upward dog. Okay, come back to plank. Give me a push up here if you'd like. As we return to downward dog. And then let's get the other side. So feet and legs together. Remember, we're going to do the knee to nose. So raise the right leg up into the air. And then see how close you get your knee to your nose. For 1, raise that right leg up again. Knee to nose number 2. Raise it for a 3rd time before we swing your right leg forward and plant in front of us and come into warrior 1 on the right. Everyone stay there for just a moment. I need to take the jacket off. Things are heating up over here. All right, thank you for waiting. Arms are back up top. Let's go to warrior 2. And we're breathing. Let's go to reverse warrior. Right arm is reaching over our head towards the back of the room. And back to warrior 2. And remember, we're doing twisting triangle pose. You can plant that right palm on your lower back. Reach forward with the left hand. If you can't reach any longer, drop that left hand or left fingertips down. Right fingertips are reaching for the ceiling. And we are feeling so many parts of our body. Hopefully, in a good way. We're going to take 1 deep breath in. And then let's pop back up into warrior 2. Okay, let's straighten up that front leg. Let's relieve the front leg. Woo. Let's dip back into reverse warrior. It's a straight leg reverse warrior. And then let's bend that front knee and come back down into it. And back to warrior 2. Let's swing that left arm forward and up for warrior 1. Okay, and as your arms come back down, that back heel comes up. Plant both palms. Right leg comes back to plank and give me a chaturanga to our upward dog.
Okay, back to plank. Give me a push up here. Into what I think is gonna be our last downward dog of the day. So spread those fingers, push the four away. And let's get those calves one last time. So take a look at the spot in between your hands. On three, we're gonna jump our feet to that spot. We're gonna come to chair pose. All right, 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna step my feet there, dropping my bottom down. Arms come forward, or rather up, not forward. Okay, keep the arms in line with your torso. See how low you can get your bottom. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly straighten up your body and keep your arms where they are. Get off the heels. One feel about see those arms up in the air. Here you go, you cheater. All right, let's lower the heels back down gently. Let's bring the hands back to heart center and come in a twisting chair pose on the left. Let's remember this is Zoom video, not Zoom audio. Okay, and let's come back to center. We're gonna slowly straighten up our bodies. Woo. Arms are reaching up, or rather fingers are reaching up. We're working those calves once again. Aren't you glad we stretched them earlier? You're welcome. I'm feeling sassy this morning. I think my coffee's hitting. It feels good. All right, let's bring the heels back down. Hands come together in our heart center. Let's finish out that twisting chair pose on the right. Okay, just like before, if you notice your bottom is up in the air, bend those knees, see how low you can go. Press the left elbow into the right knee. And breathe. Very nice. Come back to center. We're gonna straighten up our bodies for a third and final time, getting off the heels. Reach with each out breath, reach with those hands, reach with those fingertips. All right, and then as you exhale, bring the heels down, hands come back to center, and we're gonna take our halfway water break because I need to use the bathroom. I'll be back momentarily. All right, friends. I like Arisa's couch position. I've been there many times. except it's more horizontal. With less weight. All right, let's do tree. Okay, let's see how well the arch in my right foot's doing. It's getting better. Let me hit resume there. All right, let's get 98% of our weight on our left leg. Let's get the right foot in position, wherever is comfortable for you. You can add the arms or leave them at heart center. Find what works for you. I know some people actually like their navel. That actually works pretty well for me sometimes. I like the use of the wall. That looks pretty good. That's smart. I'm going to stay here. If I'm at a 3, 2, and 1, you bring that right leg out. You can shake out the left ankle if you need to. Then we're going to get the other side. So 98% of our weight on our right leg. Right. This is the furthest I've ever gotten my left foot in like 6 months. Oh. Can I get my hands up top? Nope, I'm just gonna leave them at heart center. Let's not. This is the steadiest I felt in 6 months on this one foot. Ooh, did I speak too soon? All right, we're gonna stay in front of 3, 2, 1. Let's come on out. I'm gonna shake out my right ankle. That was impressive. Normally I fall over. Hopefully I can return the track soon, but we're gonna sit. Okay, nothing me babbling about nothing. Let's do table. So let's go soles of the feet and hands or palms of the hands, shoulder distance apart. And we're gonna prop ourselves up into a table. Okay, pressing the pelvis up towards the ceiling. You can drop the head back if that's comfortable. Ugh. Okay, if you want to do the fun version, you can even bring the right ankle onto the left knee and work one side. It's actually kind of a bonus glute stretch here. Ugh. If you want to, you can even swap sides. Let's stretch the other side. But if you're both feet on the ground, that's perfectly good. Okay, as always, do what works best for you. And then gently bring yourself back down. We're going to do bridge next, so lie down on your back. Okay, let's clasp our hands underneath our lower back, roll onto those shoulders, and then press the floor away with the feet. Whew. And maybe your glutes are rock hard because they're holding you up right now. It's great. Hopefully your hamstrings aren't too tired. And then we're going to control this on the way down to go one vertebra at a time. Make sure they make contact with your mat. Go very slow. Ooh. Nice. And we're going to stay on our back. So we're going to get our glutes, or stretch our glutes rather. Let's keep the left foot planted. Bring the right heel onto the left knee. And let's grab either your left shin or your left hamstring. And we're going to do 3 breaths with each out breath. Breathe into that right glute, really let it stretch out. So let's breathe in and release. Okay, number 2, let's breathe in through the nose and out to the mouth. All right, last time here, let's breathe in. And then nice long exhale. Really make it count. Feel that right glute stretch out. And then gently let go of that left leg. And then swap sides. So your right foot's planted. We're making a figure 4 with our left leg. We're grabbing our right leg, our right shin. And then we're going to breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Okay, number 2, let's inhale. A nice long exhale. All right, last time here, let's breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. Then you release that right leg. We're going to stay on our backs for happy baby. So the legs are up in the air. Let's pull in the outside parts of the feet. So you're pulling your knees in towards your underarms, feeling the inner thighs stretch out. Okay, if you want to stay still, that's fine. You can also rock left to right, right to left. Notice how your spine touches your cushion or your mat. And just take your time. Don't rush this one. I always like to release the spine in our Monday mornings. We're probably all sitting on our bikes for hours on end. Not in a bad way. Anywho, let's release the legs back down. Ooh. We're gonna stay on our backs. We're gonna do another spine stretch. So let's hug in our right knee momentarily. And then grab the outside part of our right knee with our left hand. Let's bring our right leg over our body. And then our left leg is our right arm is extended out towards the right. And we're just wringing out our spines like a wet rag. I know I use that analogy every week, but that's how I feel. Like a wet rag. And as you continue to breathe, remember to relax. See if you can let that right knee and that right arm come down to the ground. Oh. All right, and then let's bring that right leg back to center. And then we're gonna hug in our left knee, enjoying that little stretch here. And let's grab the outside part of the left knee and pull our leg over our body. Ooh, let's twist our spines in the opposite direction. Give me a reach out to the left with the left arm. Maybe you feel a little bit more of that stretch. And let's take 2 more deep breaths together. So let's breathe in. And then release. And then 1 more breath here. So let's breathe in. Exhale. Let's bring that left leg back over to center. And then we're going to sit up. We're going to do cat-cow. Okay, continue with this section for our spines. Roll up my mat first. So we're on all fours. We're going to do, 4 breath cycles. You can untuck the toes, untuck the feet. Let's breathe in as you bring your head and your bottom up, pressing your chest down toward your mat. Okay, and then reverse it as you breathe out. Okay, push the floor away, round out your back. And inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. Inhale. Release, rounding at your back, like a cat. Inhale, head up. Exhale. Okay, last cycle here. Let's breathe in.
Breathe out, rounding at the back, one last time. Okay, coming to neutral spine. Now we're gonna go into frog, we're gonna get our inner thighs, so I recommend rolling up your mat on both sides about 2 times. That's where your knees and your ankles are gonna go. Okay, this is an intense inner thigh stretch. I'm gonna start by putting my knees on where my mat is rolled up. Right. You want your knees and your ankles to be 90 degrees. All right, and then as you push your bottom towards your heels, you should feel that your inner thighs begin to stretch. And if you notice your bottom going past where your knee level is, if it's a vertical plane, you need to spread your knees a little bit further. If you can come down with your elbows, great. If not, that's perfectly good. But using your forearms or your palms, play with that distance as you push yourself back. If you don't feel a stretch, it means you need to spread your knees and your ankles a little bit further. We're going to stay here for another 10 seconds or so. So continue to breathe, relax. Okay, and to get out of it, I want everyone to come forward. If you need to lie down on your belly, that's okay. You can bring your knees back together. Ooh. All right, unravel your mat. We're gonna do pigeon. Okay, how do your inner thighs feel? Hopefully much better. So come into a push-up position. And let's start by planting the right foot behind the left wrist and then dropping both knees down. You can untuck the back foot. Just settle in so you can maybe rock side to side or back and forth, rather. Sitting over the front ankle. If I could describe where this stretch feels for me, it's a little bit of the glute or just places in my right leg. Even come down to my elbows. Just gonna hang out here for another 20 seconds and then I'll let us all know we can add the left quad stretch. Right. And then regardless of where you are, you can plant both palms in front of you and then bring your torso up. Let's reach back behind us with the left arm. Okay, let's pull in the left heel. Okay, really feel the left quad. We're going to hold this for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's release the left leg back down. Let's plant both palms on the mat. Let's bring that right leg back to plank. Now swap sides. So left foot's planted behind the right wrist. Both knees come down. Untucking the back toes. And finding which position works best for you. If one side's a little bit tighter than the other, that's perfectly good. Adjust as needed. Ugh. And just like the other side, we're going to hold this for about 20 seconds total. So let's stay here for another 10 seconds or so. Okay. And let's plant those palms in front of us. Let's bring the torso up. Let's grab the right foot.
Low to the right quad, waking it up. Okay, give me one last pull. And then let's release. Ooh, let's get off the left foot, left leg rather. Ugh. And let's do our hamstring. So we're sitting. Ooh, I'll face the camera today for something different. Why not? I'm gonna start with my left leg out in front. Okay, bringing in my right heel towards my soft tissue. Remember to flex the foot so the toes are facing the ceiling. Add the arms up top to start. And then exhale over the straight left leg. Okay, let's keep the back of the knee down on the mat or the floor. Go to side stretch because why not? Grabbing the outside part of my foot. I'm trying to think of a fun story to tell as we hold our stretches. JD pulled me to swim because I rode to the pool yesterday and he caught me just after the bridge. And I know a good opportunity when I see it. I was also late, so I knew he'd be not late. Anywho, let's release that side, switch legs. So right leg is out in front. Left heel is in towards our soft tissue, foot's flexed. And we're going to reach for the right toes, right ankle, right foot. It's kind of funny because Strava told me I PR'd a bunch of sections on the Mill Valley bike path or the Sausalito bike path. I was like, ah, yes, there's a speed limit here, JD. I don't know why we're going 24, but it's cool. Ugh. The major upside was I didn't really need to warm up in the pool because I was ready to swim. Yeah, continue to breathe. You know, I'm just telling a lame story. I thought it was fun. It was a JD train. Hey. All right, let's release. Let's get both legs together. I'll return because now my heels are hitting my hardwood floors, and that was not very good for my heels, but that's okay. So feet and legs are together. We're flexing the feet, adding the arms up top, and then exhale over both straight legs. All right, give me one last deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull yourself as far as you can or reach as far as you can on this last one. Really focus on where the hamstrings are feeling that stretch. And then release. Oof. Hello. All right, what should we do now? We have like 9 minutes. Let's do abs. We haven't done abs in a while. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. All right, we're gonna do boat first. I can tell you three are excited. So to do boat, straighten your legs, raise them up in the air, keeping your back straight. Keep your arms parallel to your legs. Okay, don't let them sag. If you're shaking like me, something's working. And we're gonna hold boat for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You come back down. Now we're gonna do half boat. Plant that left foot, lean back. Yeah, we're going straight into it. When I used to do the yoga, no, not yoga, P90X yoga, we do this once a week. hated it. It's good. Good for us. Good for you. We're gonna hold it for another 3, 2, 1. You can come down. Let's take that break. Swap sides. Ooh. And then let's do half boat on the other side. What I don't understand is it's called half boat, and yet it's equally as hard. That makes no sense. At any rate, let's hold it for another 3, 2, and 1. Trying to think what else we can do. Let's do a Russian twist. Ooh, I'm just having fun with this now. All right, you can keep your legs straight or bend the knees slightly. Let's do 15. Okay, we're gonna touch. Okay, you can bring your fingertips together, touch each side, and each side counts as a rep. I think that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, last one, and 15. Ooh. All right, we'll do our closing sequence. That was enough. All right, let's sit in our heels for child's pose or start child's pose. Knees are about as wide as the mat. You can sit up nice and tall, and then exhale, bring the arms forward. Forehead is resting on the mat. I apologize, that was a lot of energy for yoga, I feel. And just breathe here. Please sink into the mat. And on your next out breath, come forward and out of child's pose and rotate onto your back for corpse pose. Ugh. So let your legs relax down. You can leave your arms at your sides. You can close your eyes here. We're gonna go for 90 seconds. I want you to do a body check, scan yourself from head to toe, see how you feel. If there's anything you need to work on next week, think about that. Okay, we're going for 90 seconds, and that's gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that was about 90 seconds. You can keep your eyes closed. Give me a nice morning stretch. Bring the arms overhead. Point the toes beneath you. Give me a nice side stretch or whatever you do when you get out of bed or try and get out of bed. I'm gonna roll on to one side. And rest your head, face right on your hands. And using whichever arm is on top, plant that palm on the floor, push yourself up. Set my yoga block. Nice. Turning to where we came from. So sitting up nice and tall, just like we started. Let's do 3 ohms or 3 out breaths. So let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. All right, number 2, let's breathe in and breathe out with some sound. Last one, let's really make it count. Let's breathe in through the nose and breathe out with some sound. Let's bring our hands to Namaste. You may repeat after me if you'd like. May you have clear and kind intentions. Let's raise our hands to our foreheads. May you have clear and kind thoughts. And let's bring our hands to our lips. May you have clear and kind communications. And returning our hands back to our hearts. And as always, the light in me celebrates and honors the light in you. Namaste, my friends.